Today we are at the Scone Palace where 42 kings have been crowned in the history, so it's a royal residence. This is where the Stone of Destiny was stolen from by the English, and we eventually got it back again. But the Stone of Destiny isn't here anymore, it's actually in the Perth Museum. So anyway, we'll show you around. I don't know how much filming I'll be able to do inside the castle or palace. You probably won't be allowed to, but I'll do as much as I can. I'll spin you around and just let you see the ground so far. So, as you can see, there's the grounds, the palace. I'll get a better view when we get around there. And being a disabled, I get to bring the car right up into the next to the palace rather than have to walk up a big driveway, which is great. Yeah, this is all part of the estate grounds. Absolutely massive. There's a big massive drive-in as well. Quite busy. Wee snack bar. So anyway, let's go and have a look at the palace. And obviously being a royal residence, it has peacocks. That's the male peacock. And the female one's over there. We're not going to go near it and disturb it. Yeah. Looks like a wee chapel or something. Wee church. Yeah. Beautiful palace. The royal flag.
Sorry.
Burger van, or snack van. Don't know what that is, a gift shop perhaps, but we're going to have a look. So the mound is said to be created by all the lords carrying earth in their boots to the crowning of the kings. Again, no idea if it's a true story, but it's on the sign, so yeah, I'm prepared to accept it, to be honest. There was a peacock sitting there on the grass, but it's disappeared by the time I got the camera out. We'll go and have a wee look in the chapel. There's a QR code there. I guess if you scan that, it may tell you about the history about the place. Anyway, let's go and have a look.
Students from Glasgow University went down with a van to Westminster, broke in and took the stone back to Scotland.
That was quite a feat.
1951. Yeah.
So who was the last king to be crowned? Who's the last king to be crowned on the stone?
Charles on the stone.
I mean, I know Charles III was crowned down in Westminster, but who's the last one to be crowned here?
The last one to be crowned here on the stone was John Balliol.
What year would that have been?
So in 1292.
Right.
Yeah. So the thing about Balliol is that he was crowned king because the king before him, King Alexander III, died without any heirs in 1290. And hold on, I'll turn this radio down.
That's right.
So in 1290, we didn't know who
The successor was, yeah.
was going to be the next Scottish king. So about 17 people turned up at Parliament and said, "I think I've got the best claim to be, be king." They couldn't decide who it was going to be, so they asked Edward I of England, a nearby monarch basically, to come and choose, and he was quite happy to come up here and choose the Scottish king. So he obviously chose someone he thought he could manipulate and use. Yeah. So he chose a man called John Balliol, and he said to Balliol, "I can make you king as long as you swear allegiance to me, pledge your loyalty to me, King of England." And Balliol agreed to this. And it said that when he was sitting up here on the stone, all the barons and knights in Scotland were all like, "Oh, no, I don't like this idea at all." But to his credit, 4 years later he broke the agreement because England was trying to hold on to their land in France,
Mhm.
and the English king was fighting the French and asked the Scottish king for help to fight the French, raise a Scots army to help them, and Balliol said no,
Mhm.
because Scotland and France were allies, mainly
Yep.
against the English.
Yep.
So, because they were allies, they just point blank said, no, I'm not doing it. Because he said no to him, Edward sailed up to Montrose, got a hold of Balliol, and did what you would say a coronation in reverse. Took his crown, took his cloak off him, all his regalia, and we call him Tomb Tabard in Scotland. It just means empty coat. So he was then like deposed and exiled, and that's when people like William Wallace appeared on the scene to look after Scotland until they got another king, and another king in 1306 was Robert the Bruce. So then Bruce came here to be crowned king, and from then on he won the war's independence.
Yeah.
So that's it. So Balliol, to answer your question, was the last
Yeah.
one.
The last one. Yeah. Thank you very much.
you.
Thank you.
I'll check those in.
I don't know if you heard that, but just the tour guide was just giving a wee story history of the king's the last one crowned in that here, before the stone was stolen by Edward Longshanks. And the stone was then recovered by some students who broke into Westminster and brought it back up. Not there. I would probably guess that's where the children were christened. That was probably the the baptising sort of thing.
I couldn't get my bum in there now.
Well, you maybe get your bum in, but you wouldn't get back out.
Alright.
Beautiful palace, well maintained, isn't it? There's a QR code, so you get the story about it. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, cross is a bit bent, but beautiful. Shame there's no stained glass windows, but beautiful. Well maintained. Out of all the churches and chapels we've been to in this wee tour of ours around Scotland, this has to be one of the best, or not the best, with the decor inside. Absolutely fantastic. Oh, there's Peacocky, one of them. I think when I read the literature, there's something like 32 peacocks here, and there's a famous white one, which is very rare. Oh yeah, there's King Arthur trying to get the stone out of the sword out the stone.
Some folk have bastards probably to try and get it out.
Let's try. It's all been bent. Folks trying. It's actually bent in there.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. It's obviously stuck in there. It's not like the Disney one after so many attempts to get.
I'll sort you out later.
Peacocks are beautiful. It's just a shame that we don't have got the got its plumage out, fanned out its feathers. Absolutely beautiful. Noisy buggers, but they're beautiful. And you've got your blue badge shown, and there is spaces up here, they will let you in. So we were the only one at the time, first person in. So, yeah. 3 peacocks. Mhm. Here's Mrs. Peacock, coming right up to you. No fear. Look at the blue in that. That is beautiful. Beautiful. Colours in that, it's just... Wouldn't that make a nice colour of car, that blue? Yeah, must get fed up carrying your headers behind them. Hanging about the van to see if they're getting anything to eat. That's, there again. There you can see, there's a big white peacock. We'll try and get close-ups after we have a wee cake. So the van, we just had 5 minutes and sit down and have a German biscuit. Sorry, Empire biscuit. Sausage. So. We've asked them to gift shop there. Not let film inside the palace because it's still a family home. It's not a guided tour, but you can walk about. So I totally understand that. So I won't be filming to the entrance to the castle. I'm pretty sure we're not supposed to be walking on the grass, but Michelle says, yeah, well, everybody else is doing it, but pretty sure we're not supposed to. So the gift shop told us that you're not allowed to film inside, as I said. So, but there is tour guys who can ask questions if things move around. Car park down the bottom. As I said, if you've got a disabled badge, and they will let you, as long as there's spaces. There's 4 disabled spaces up at the palace itself, so they'll let you come up the drive and park. So, yeah, so let's get in the castle. Sorry, palace. When you think this place is at least, what, 12, 1300 years old, we'll say 1300 years old. Obviously had modifications made to it, but built to last. It's not like housing companies now that'll build a house for the last 50 years and rip it down again. And as I said, 42 kings have been crowned here up until the last one, which is who was chosen by Edward I. I can't remember his name. Baluli or something, or it wasn't Bailey, but yeah. So let's get in. So stop the filming here and I'll stick some photos in at this point. Now we've just been around the palace and you're not allowed to take photos or film inside, so a bit of a bummer there, but really the stuff inside you can see why. It's still, the Earl still stays here, so you can see why it's a family home, so you don't want to film inside it, and plus loads of crockery and plates and things. Beautiful, and the history and the portraits are fantastic. Well worth a visit, well worth a visit. The real peacock. Oh, that was just pure luck. The peacock drinking out of the dog bowl. Cute. Anyway, we'll leave it there. As I say, Scone Palace, well worth a visit. Purely disabled accessible as well. Fantastic place, and what we heard on the tour was it's not the original sort of fronts to the building. It was all redeveloped again in the late 1700s, 1800s, because before it was all cold and damp, and it was all sort of rebuilt. So yeah, really interesting. Anyway, I'll leave it there, and thanks everybody for watching. If you like it, put the like on. If you want to subscribe, and you'll see more of these castle videos in the future. So thank you. Bye.
I would give you one. I would give you one.